Unleash your mind.
Welcome to Open Mind Industries podcast, The Mind Unleashed. Sit back, relax, and unleash your mind. Hey guys, welcome to episode 25 of The Mind Unleashed. As we always do, let's give a few shout outs to my supporters, people that said help me out with the podcast. When you use their codes, they give you a little discount and kick money back my way. First one is going to be Lyft, the ride-sharing app. Use our code TMUP for $5 off your first ride with Lyft. Also, if you're looking to become a driver, use our code TMUP and you'll get a $500 driving bonus. Restrictions do apply as always. Also, if you're looking to get married in the Orlando area, DeLand, Florida, they're based out of DeLand, Florida. Weiss Productions just got done booking a project for Jamaica. I'll be going there later this year to 2018. Use our code OMI for 5% off when you book your next project with him. Also, if you're looking to get some professional drone shooting done or any kind of special photography, headshots, what have you, please check out Dine Art Studios, Daniel Weisenberg. Use our code OMI for 5% off when you book your next project with him. Also, if you're looking for a great attorney to get trademark, copyrights, entertainment industry, what have you, business, get your business off the ground, please use Strawman Law. And Strawman will definitely take care of you. Jeffy Strawman is a very decent attorney. I found him about 3 months ago to get our trademark done. As you guys heard from previous episodes, it's all in the USPTO waiting to get clearance, and hopefully we'll get signed off as the official OMI. So we'll see what happens. Also, if you're looking to support the podcast in any way, you don't have to donate a lot or any kind of money, please use our Amazon link. Links will be in the description. You go on our website, click on the Amazon link, buy whatever you'd like under our link, and it kicks a few cents back our way. Also, if you'd like to support the podcast with a quick donation, please hit up our Patreon page. Links will be down in the description. Even $1 will get you guys, help us out in any way, shape, or form. I am looking to do a non-profit pretty soon, and for the hand grips or whatever I'm working on, I will talk to you about more about it in detail in later podcasts. Still working on all the details for that. Anyway, well, let's get on to the episode 25. I hope. It might be episode 25. I'm not really sure. I didn't check today. Anyway, this is going to be a very geeky episode. I'm going to be talking more about 3D printing, what's been going on, what's been going on in the future podcast. So it's been a crazy week. I've been trying to work with NinjaFlex from Fender's Drives. As you guys can see, I'm printing out the new hand grips. This is one of my original hand grips from my old style cartridges. And the one in my hand here is the new hand grip I printed out, Semi-Flex. I had to do some adjustments to it. Very, very flexible. I don't want to give it too much rippity-dippity because I plan on using this one, and I have one printing out right now with some new settings. It's been kind of crazy. I've been really tinkering with this software and really tinkering around with the filament. And the filament has been giving me a little bit of issues. You print too fast, it comes out differently. You print too hot, it prints differently also. And I'm really trying to tinker with that software and the simplified 3D software. Same thing with ABS PLA I've been having with the DaVinci 1.0. Been kind of fun, very, very difficult. This is probably my second or third go around with the filament, and the results look really, really promising. I'm really, really pleased with how squishy it is. This is about 15% infill. You could definitely still need some work. I'm using the V6 hot end as always, 0.4 nozzle, about 228C on the extruder. No heat on the bed, glue stick obviously, and then the glue stick little thing I made. It's a little bit nasty though. The brush literally, I guess, got on there, and I'll probably redesign the goo that I have on here. Probably not so much water. All that is pretty much glue stick and water. Maybe a little bit less than water, more glue stick to make a more adhesion. I had looked into a little Wolf Bite. Wolf Bite apparently costs about $31, $28 a bottle. Not sure how many prints it gives you. It stops warping for PLA, ABS. Not sure about NinjaFlex or any kind of TPE filaments. I have talked with Airwolf about getting a free sample. Unfortunately, they don't do that. They do more for their trade shows, stuff like that. We have talked on Instagram, and they said that's a pretty good idea for letting us know that we should do that in the future. Maybe offer a little sample for people to try. If they're especially if you're a new company out there and you're trying to get your product out, you should really offer a little bit of sample. So your client or future client can try it out, But it is what it is. Anyway, tinkering with the software, it's been pretty promising. Pretty much had to slow down the override speed to about 40%. So every filament, guys, is going to be pretty much, different. Still working on the PLA best settings. I've used matter control quite a bit. Matter control pretty much tells you, hey, this is the best settings we have. Same with, Simplified 3D. It pretty much goes in there. Tom's, guys, I'll put a link down in his description in the video version of the podcast on YouTube. Pretty much tells you how to tinker with your speed. He tells you just to listen to rattling sounds, stuff like that. And so that's something I haven't really done every so often, but there has been some speeds I have heard when the tool head or the bed gets kind of really fast. It's not good to see how fast your printer can really print. I mean, I'm just thinking print really quick, and I've had big prints come on under 3 hours. But remember, the faster you print, the shittier your print can be. The and slower you print, the better the print's gonna look, but you might have some warping too. It's to find that dang sweet spot. And I've been at it all this week, so it's been kind of crazy on Instagram, posting a lot of videos and photos of what I'm working on with everybody. And I'm still learning some SolidWorks also. It's been kind of crazy just, digging with everything and studying more software and learning. I spent probably about this week alone, probably like a day and a half just fricking with settings. I mean, literally going through the settings, tweaking every print, and it's been like, what the hell, man. So now that I have it kind of ironed out, I'm going to share some of my kind of knowledge on the website page, stuff like that. This print alone said it's going to take about 3 hours. It's been a little bit past 3 hours because I turned down the override speed to about 38%. It's 2100 millimeters a second, so yeah, 2100 a second. And I'll go for all you geeks and nerds out there. It's been kind of crazy, but this has been really a big 3D week for me because a lot of people have been hitting me up on either Amazon or 3D Hub. Somebody else's printer just shit the bed, and they've been like, "Hey, man, anybody have insight on like what the hell this problem is?" One guy on Amazon who's looking to get a DaVinci 1.0, and his biggest thing was not only to me, but he threw it up there on the Amazon question, which I do like Amazon for that because it's like, what does the community think? Amazon is not biased. They can be a little biased. I wrote some reviews on there, and they're like, "Hey, we're not posting this because you were a little bit too forward with your comment. We don't like that. We want you to get straight to the point." And I'm kind of the guy that's like, "No, let me tell the truth and about your product, your situation. I don't believe in sugarcoating a product if it's not up to snuff or it's what a consumer doesn't need, And many of my reviews have been very to the point, and very not sugar-coated. I told one company their shit sucked, and T-Bot's like, and they're like, "Well, please, write us a better review. We'll pay you back your money." And it was only like a $2. I mean, what the hell did I get? I got the return on it because it was a defective product, and then they sent me back like $2. Said they were sorry, an extra $2. So I'm like, you shouldn't even have done that. Just keep your damn money. I even told them to keep their money. I didn't want their money, but they wanted me to give me a better review, and I was like, no, don't even worry about it, But anyway, so the Amazon community does really well about doing these new conversations things, which is kind of like a mini blog. And the gentleman that because I did a review on the XYZ DaVinci 1.0 for XYZ printing, I said I would because they were politer. The second go around, Jen over at XYZ Printing didn't really take care of me when the board shit the bed. Surprisingly, 2 weeks later, I got an email from the community over on 3D Hub, which is a big 3D Hub site that I'm a part of, that I do 3D printing with. If clients or you guys in general are looking to get some stuff done, hit me up, man. That's what I'm there for, and I will post you, and you'll get a good quote, and you'll get a positive print out of me. You won't get a shitty quality print without my liking. I will not send you something that I don't like. At least quality-wise, you'll get something really well done, and that's why people who consult me and are like, "Hey, I'd rather go with you because you know what you're talking about, and you won't give me a shitty print. You'll make sure it's actually functional and whatever." But anyway, so I'm on the forums, and I got hit up for the XYZ because my printer is on that thing of like, I'm in that forum. Anyway, the guy's board dies too, and he's like new to 3D printing also. I guess he just bought a XYZ DaVinci 1.0 like I have. He hasn't flashed it or anything. So I thought I was gonna burp. I think he flashed it. I don't know if he flashed it. The extruder stopped heating up. same as mine. So I kind of wrote in my oops, sorry about that, my lord. Wrote in my comment. Waiting to mess up the burp. I don't know what's going on in my body right now. It's weird. I don't record for a little bit and all of a sudden it's like, so he had the same issue. I told him what to check. Not sure if it was his. Well, he did do the diffuse test. Sorry. The J4 test. That didn't seem to be the issue. I guess his extruder was heating up. He was getting about 11 to 10.5 volts, which you should be getting 12 volts to your extruder to heat up the extruder. And he goes, well, how the hell do I test to see if it's a thermistor? So I said, hey man, take a blow dryer. Somebody else did the same thing I said, but I kind of chimed in earlier. I said, hey man, take a blow dryer, go underneath the extruder and put some heat on it. That's what XYZ told me to do, since I've had this damn printer. And he goes, alright. So he said, I tried that. It doesn't seem like it's a thermistor. I said, next, try the connectors. See if the connectors are either shorted or what have you. And I don't know if he's tried that, but he was like, man, I don't really want to buy a new freaking board. I don't want to go through the company. And I'm like, no, you really don't, because it takes a while for them to ship back the part, refix the printer, yada yada yada. I said, then I'm just telling you what my experience was. Everybody was like, yeah, I'm sorry you had that problem too, but it's grateful that you're able to share your knowledge. But the one gentleman on Amazon that Amazon's now trying to do is they're trying to do what they call launch conversation. So it's kind of like a group conversation, kind of like a Facebook kind of thing. And they pretty much want to get you guys all talking about the same product, what your ideas were, what your thoughts are. I like that idea, but I kind of don't like being in group chat. But this one guy, I threw me back in the chat, and his question was, how hot does the DaVinci 1.0 get? How hot does the bed get? How hot does the extruder get? So I kind of, posted that, because I answer a lot of the questions that get sent to me. If I know the product, I really try to answer the best of my ability. Because there's some questions I don't know, and I'm like, hey man, I don't know. And I'll click I don't know, because I really don't know. If I do know a little more about what I know, I'll share my knowledge. I'm not here to be a knowledge hog. I don't. There's some people that don't want to share anything to anybody. I don't understand why. And I understand if you're a big company or something like that. But I've kind of jumped out of that loophole. I was like, I'm not going to share my knowledge on anything now. And then I'm like, you know what, fuck it. It's why am I hiding something? And the more knowledge I've shared around either the Instagram community or the Facebook community that I'm in, and I've gotten sucked into, people have been very, very knowledgeable, and they've been really helpful back to me, throwing shit my way, which has been very helpful and very supportive of what I do. And they've been like sending me people that I need to be talking to. So it's been really freaking awesome, and I'm glad I kind of jumped out of that kind of mindset of doing that shit. But his biggest thing was like, hey man, like I don't know, I think my first time in the printers. So I told him it's about 240. This is what I do know, guys. So on 3D Hubs, and some people have done Repetier Host. I have not flashed the DaVinci 1.0 to Repetier Host, and there's a couple reasons why not. And I don't mind the interface, but I don't want to have to go through the whole entire shit with XYZ of, not being able to get parts. That's the one thing. It's hard to get fucking parts for the XYZ. Because they'll charge you more money, and I really don't care about flashing this fucking thing. I have a chip that resets the counter and yada yada yada, and I pretty much use it for standalone prints. It's just kind of point and click. I set it up and it goes. I need it to do a hardcore print. I would like it to do simplified 3D. I'm still learning on it. Nobody has a really good intuitive video on how the hell to do that. Yeah, I've looked around and nobody. I went to 3D Hubs or not 3D Hubs. Simplified 3D, and they have a thing on it, but they didn't say if you had to flash it, if you could just not mod it. I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't want to mod the board. I'd rather keep the stock firmware in there and just, use Simplified 3D. I know you can export a file. I think you can still export a file from Simplified into XYZware, so I don't really know, but I'll check on that later on in live. I'm pretty sure you can. Excuse me. So anyway, I told him what was going on. I said, hey man, the DRM cartridges, which you do have to get unless you flash it to Repetier, the hottest I do know of it getting probably is around 240C. ABS on cartridge wise heats up to about 213C to 217C. The bed will heat up to about 90C, and I think most beds for most 3D printers is 90C maximum, because you don't want to crack that bed. These glass beds cost some freaking money, and just for the XYZ 1.0, it's a bitch to get. I had to get a whole new bed platform because I couldn't really find a glass that fit it. And I'm really being cautious about trying not to break these beds. I know Robo, I can still get parts for it because they have a really good support system. But anyway, so having said that, 90C on the bed, 49C for PLA on the bed, and then 89 to 90C for PLA on the extruder. So I told him that. I said, yeah, man, that's what you're pretty much looking at. I mean, I've got the V6 on the Robo up to about 250C, and that's hot enough for me. I don't need probably any more. I don't think most filaments should be needing to go that hot. The one filament I needed to get really pretty kind of hot was 240C, but I might be completely out of my mind. But I told him where to check. I said, hey man, check 3D Hubs. Everybody there is really cool. Check the XYZ community on Thingiverse, stuff like that. And he put me in a conversation, and he was like, hey man, thank you for all your info. You've been very helpful. So I was like, no problem, man. Have a good one, and happy printing, what have you. So hopefully he gets into 3D printing and understands it and gets to love it. It is what it is, 3D printing is tinkering, minkering. You just have fun with it, and you have to be willing to fucking fail at this conundrum, this goofiness. It's just, printing is not simple. And right now I have Barb 3D Printing. If you haven't checked her out, she's also printing a pair of these for me through her company that she kind of runs for 3D filaments, stuff like that, with new TPE, TPU filaments that I haven't even tried yet. I'm pretty much hooked on NinjaFlex, and I'll probably always be hooked on NinjaFlex because they've been so grateful to help me out with trying the filament. And then I ended up buying 2 more rolls of 2 different variations, 2 different colors, because I was so excited about it. So they got their money back from me, obviously, but I've been more grateful for them. And it's been freaking awesome. Simplified 3D, I'd highly recommend that. Like I said, if anybody's getting into this shit, definitely use Simplified. I mean, it's just makes your life so much fucking simpler. I haven't used Kuro that much, and everybody was like, Kuro's the greatest and everything like that. And I'm like, it can be. I mean, I like Simplified because it's more adaptable to every fucking printer out there, and Simplified is becoming not a monopoly, but it's becoming more of the mainstream slicer for everything. They want to really be grateful to everybody's printer, and it updates. They update it every few weeks, and they're now on version 4, and it runs so much better. And the one thing I like about Simplified is it allows you to see the print as it's getting ready to build, so you don't have to hit the print button until you're ready. It can be exported to a lot of things, and they're really becoming this standalone software that really is doing a phenomenal job. You're able to see the issues in the print before it's getting ready to print, stuff like that. I think that's the next modification for the Robo for me is to put an LCD board on it, so I can put it through a SD card, so I can upload, so I don't have to keep the computer on consistently, because my desktop needs to be on to keep the code coming. It's doing a live coding, which is costing a little more money, even though I have the smart switches watching it and yada yada yada. But I'm almost done with this print, so I'm gonna look into that. And I just want to do something to the DaVinci. The one thing I do recommend if you are using the Robo or any kind of printer is to keep your boards cold. The new one, the Robo R1, does have a cooling fan that they ended up putting a bottom on the newer ones with a little, I think it's like a 5 mil little fan, and that really does the trick, but it doesn't do the trick. I mean, this thing really does. Merlin board does get warm. So what I did is I ended up taking that off because I looked at some of the older models, and it's pretty much blank under here. I still have the board right here, and I can stick that right back on. But what I ended up doing is unhooking their fan and then placing it like that against the plastic, and it was making a loud rattling noise. So I ended up taking that away, and I had some extra padding here that you guys see. I put 2 little layers of that, and then I hot glued the fan like that, so it's sucking air in and blowing it right at the board. And so far, man, the board has not quit. It seems to be running a lot better. The printer seems to be running a lot smoother, keeping that board nice and cold. I can stick my hand right here, and there's, yeah, not even really that warm. It's got a warm feel, but it's actually really nice and cool, so it's keeping that board really nice and cold. So if you're definitely getting into modifications, definitely show them to everybody, get them on the community. Seems like a blast. Anyway, I think that's all I have for the week. I did see Star Wars twice. I don't recommend seeing it in 3D. That's just my honest opinion. I saw it from Saturday. I was gonna go Friday. I saw it Friday, and then I did go see it Sunday. Yeah, yesterday. I went to go see it Sunday because 3D. I chose the 3D version. Well, I saw it 3D twice because I was like, it's probably gonna be like not that many people in theater, and I won't be like pushed around and shoved and shit like that. I was pretty much right. I have a house closing. My house closing is coming up soon. Me and my parents finally got the house pretty much said and done. They start building on it in a few months, and we'll be moving out, and you guys will be seeing the new place hopefully soon, within a few more months. It's been over a year, 2 years to get this whole damn thing moving and grooving. Closing is this Wednesday, so I literally had to plan when I was going to go see Star Wars if I wanted to go see it this week. And I almost had to cancel all my things. I think Fandango.com's got to be hating me because I had to keep doing exchanges. Had to keep exchanging my tickets for this and that and that and this. But it's been amazing. It was a great movie. No spoilers. I'll probably do that next week. I thought it'd be kind for you guys to catch it yourselves and see what you think. I liked it. Just don't see it in 3D. IMAX was pretty good. Although ours over here in our Universal Orlando area, Universal City Walk, is not the official 3D because it's got the right screen size, but the seats aren't tilted like 5 inches or whatever it is to the floor, and it's not angulated properly. Yada 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 yada. But yeah, I saw it. 3D was decent. It gave more depth, but definitely not needed. So you definitely don't need to spend your extra cash on seeing it in 3D. Movie did great, obviously, in the box office, but I think that's all I got for the week for this podcast. Anyway, this Thursday I will be doing a podcast with Moby Lee. We finally got on the same page tonight, and I said, hey man, I would love to do the podcast with you this week, and we've been kind of busy with the holidays coming up and yada yada yada. And he said, yeah man, let's do it. He goes, we've been trying to, he's like, LOL, we've been trying to get together and it's been kind of crazy. I really want to do it with you, and I want to talk about some stuff. So I think I'm going to get a hold of him again. I think we might do a live Mind Unleashed, and let you guys answer some questions or ask questions to either one of us, and we'll see where she goes, man. But I want to wish you all the best. Happy holidays, happy Star Wars days, Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, whatever holiday it may be, happy Festivus for the rest of us. All that good stuff. Anyway, guys, thank you for always tuning in. Thanks for always supporting what we do and keep me positive and let me do these, because these are fun to do. I really sometimes don't know what to fucking say, but hopefully I'll have some more notes later on this week and what's going on with the 3D printing. If you want to see me do some 3D videos, let me know, man. Send me an email. Say, Ollie, man, do some more 3D printing. Show some live video. Yada yada. We're always on Instagram. I'm posting a lot of damn videos, a lot of setting stuff, a lot of helping some people out, and working on some prototyping. I've been busy as shit trying to get some sketches done, and still learning SolidWorks. SolidWorks is a big program that I've been dying to learn, and I need to get the laptop for when I'll get around and about when I'm at work or whatever to learn more of it. John is certified in SolidWorks. I am not, and many of my 3D prints are not certified or don't know how to really model it. It's like you should know how to do both, but most people don't. Also want to give a shout out to Barb 3D Printing for thank you for all your help, and all the people that donated to our GoFundMe years ago. I'm gonna give y'all a big shout out. Thank y'all for all y'all, and I think I'm done for this, at least this podcast. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Keep an open mind. I will talk to you later this week. See ya.
You've been listening to an Open Mind Industries production. For everything Open Mind, visit openmindindustries.com. Keep an open mind.